Avoid these business ideas at all costs. If you want to get rich, you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you want to make a lot of money, you got to be in the right vehicle. If you're not in the right vehicle, you'll never be successful. I see so many people. It's not about being an entrepreneur. It's about starting the right business, okay? You can start any business. There's endless business ideas out there. There's endless things to do. But we need to be selective with what we're going to go after. Okay? You only have one life. You only have so many hours. You can't start everything. Not every hill is worth running up. Okay? Make sure we're in the right hill. So today I'm going to tell you what business ideas to avoid so you have a barometer on what you should start. So you have a compass. Let me explain what I've seen. I own a business insurance agency. We have over probably 3,000 clients. We operate in 44 states. We work with tons of business owners. That's what we do. And I can tell you who's successful, who's gonna be successful, who's not gonna be successful. I coach about 50 business owners. I consult with businesses that want to sell. I am in the business community, so I'm trying to tell you who I am. And I've successfully ran businesses over $1 million and scaled them up to be a machine. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the characteristics of business ideas to avoid at all costs. Number one, can the business be sold? That is the number one thing. Because if not, you have a job. You don't have a business. A business is equity. Equity is something of value, okay? So if I start a business, I own a business insurance agency. They sell for about 10 to 13 times the profit. So if I can get my profit to $1 million, I could sell my business for 10 to 15 million, okay? So 10 to 13 times the revenue or the profit. Some businesses only sell for 5 to 7 times the profit. It kind of depends, okay? So how do you know if a business, I'm putting the phone down right now because I am driving by a police officer, so I want to be respectful. Okay, so how do you know if a business sells for a lot? You can Google it. You can look at businesses for sale and see what they're selling for. Service-based businesses like home service businesses, they sell for about 5 times, maybe 6 times after they've scaled out a little bit. So you only have 5-7 times of the profit. So some businesses don't sell for a lot. And you need to make sure you're in a business that can be sold. Can you sell a painting company? Not until it's very big. Can you sell like a roofing company? Well, you have to show a track of revenue coming in. It's all, if it's scaled out, if it's bigger, then there might be an opportunity to scale it. There might be an opportunity to sell it, okay? So there is a point at which a business can be sold, but some businesses cannot be sold, okay? So that's the first thing. Don't get in a vehicle that's not going to grow, okay? You want to start a business that's growing, that's expanding, that's blowing up, okay? It's because the equity piece, if you grow your business to a profit of $1 million, you can sell for $10 million. That's life-changing money. That's generational money. And even if you grow it more, maybe say $5 million, you can sell for $50 million. Yes, that's insane. That is crazy. That's why you start the right business and not the wrong business. Number 2, the second most important thing is there recurring revenue? Okay? Recurring revenue means that a client has engaged you and they continue to pay you. Okay? My example of my business, I own an insurance agency. As long as people continue to buy insurance from us every year when their policy renews, we make a commission off that policy. And as long as we take care of our clients, they will stay with us for 8, 9, 10, 20 years. Okay? So if we make $2,000 off one client every year, we're going to make that $2,000 as long as we keep them. Our retention ratio is 90 to 95%. So 90 to 95% of the revenue we bring in will recur the next year. Why is that an advantage? Well, number one, if I'm buying a business, I want to buy a business that has recurring revenue. If it doesn't have recurring revenue, I have no idea what the heck's going to come in next month. And if I have no idea what the heck's going to come in next month, that means every month we got to get up and we got to go find revenue and I don't know if I'm going to be able to make payroll. Oh my gosh, that's so hard. How am I going to expand? How am I going to scale if 1 month I make 50 and 1 month I make 5? That's very hard to do. Recurring revenue allows you to budget your business and continue to hire as you expand and scale. That's why so many companies love recurring revenue businesses. So property management, you continue to get that rent roll, insurance agencies, accounting firms, bookkeeping, digital SEO, products, social media management, a lot of businesses that have recurring revenue. Now, you may be in a business that may be really hard to have recurring revenue, but you can make a lot of money in, aka construction, like general contracting. You can go make $30,000 on a project. You can try to establish a recurring revenue product in any business. Okay, I have a buddy who owns a plumbing company, Josh. What's up, Josh? If you're watching this, he had a product, or he still has a product where you pay him so much, and then he'll come out with no fee and make sure things are getting checked up on. He'll check up on your stuff once a year on a plumbing company. So if people are paying him on a yearly basis or on a monthly basis, I don't know which one it is, and he gets some recurring revenue there. That allows him to budget more easily because he has a more stable revenue source, okay? So make sure you're starting businesses that have recurring revenue, or recurring revenue can be established over a number of years. Number 3, can the business be scalable? Scalable, what that means is I want to be able to start a business that I can interact with customers beyond the local level or at a mass scale. Okay, what that means, my business insurance agency, we insure people in Washington, all the way over to Maine, all the way down to Texas, all the way over to Florida. We're able to insure business owners that are all over the United States. This means we're not held by the single state in which we're domiciled. If you look up Wexford Insurance, that's my business insurance agency. We're located in Indiana. Most of our clients are not in Indiana. This allows us to scale. Indiana's economy, if it's not doing good, no big deal. We have other states. If the other states' economies aren't doing good, we're good. We have other states. It allows us to move and be quick and find opportunities and scale where the need is. Okay, if you're stuck in your local city, you're only going to scale to the extent of the size of the local city, or to the extent that the local city allows you to, based on the opportunity at hand. Okay, the retention ratio in my industry is 90%. That means 10% of people are looking for insurance quotes in their business every single year. If I look at 10% of the business owners in my local county, there is not enough money there. I have to expand. It's a numbers game, right? And the more numbers you have, the more money you make. Okay, so understand that and act accordingly. Make sure you don't start a business that, let's provide an example until it's scaled out. This isn't a bad business idea. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying any of these business ideas are bad, but a tree service business, okay, that's hard to scale past the local level. The more you scale, the more employees you get, the less job oversight you have, the more you have to add in middle management. You can do really good in that business and it can be scaled, but it's hard. It's hard to scale that business. Can it be done? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. But you need to understand that there's going to be complications with that, and that you have to understand that maybe it's not a business you want to start, okay? So, can it be scaled? Can it be sold? Does it have recurring revenue? And how easy is it to start? This is the last one. I'll end on this. How easy is it to start? I see so many people, they start easy businesses, which is great because you can go hustle and make some good money, but the issue is the barrier of entry is so low that it drives down the price. You think of lawn care. Anybody can go buy a lawnmower, knock on some doors, undercut your price, steal your bag. Okay, when it comes to house cleaning, anybody can come in and say, I can clean a house, and they're going to undercut you, and there's not a big difference between what you do and what they do. Okay, you can't be too cocky, you can't be too overrated in this type of industry, in this business climate. Okay, you can't think that you're the best house cleaner when somebody else does it just as good as you. Okay, you need to be in a business that requires a little bit of skill, a little bit of nuance that somebody with a pickup truck or a daggone cleaning bucket can't show up and take your lunch. Okay, so be in a little bit more sophisticated business. Well, what the heck, Nate? How do I do that? I don't know how to get more sophisticated. You might have to go learn a skill. You might have to go fly out to Vegas and take a training. You might have to go do different things in order to find a way to find a business idea that is more scalable. Okay, so one example, I have a book that I wrote. How can I help you with this? How can I help you with these things? I have a book that I wrote for $5. It's like 70, 80 pages, and it outlines how you chart a business idea based on some of the things that I talked about in here. And there's like 2 or 3 other things that I talk about that you really need to pay attention to that I just don't have time to make. But that book outlines how you can assign a score to every business idea. If a business idea has a high score, then that's a more prompt business idea that you should start. How to scale a business is in that book, and how to potentially sell a business or buy a business with owner financing is in that book. So it's Your Next Business, Nate Jones. There's a link in the bio below for $5. Outside of that, feel free to look at all my videos. I have a ton of videos on how to start businesses. And then also, if you are wanting a specific customized approach, I do mentor people on helping them find business ideas, and I do coach people with existing businesses on how to scale them and eventually sell them, or just scale them to a point where you have some freedom in your business. So that's how I work with entrepreneurs. I could always have a call with you. I charge $200 for a call, and that's about an hour. And then if you want to have an ongoing relationship, we can look into see what you're wanting there. But I help business owners all the time. I understand business. I'm with business owners every day of the week with my business, with my team. We're constantly understanding how business owners are successful and how they are not. So make sure that you're aligned with the correct business idea, because if you're not, you're going to be working a job, even though it might be a high-paying job, you don't have the end goal in mind. So make sure you're not tied to your business, that you have some freedom, that you're able to enjoy your life, okay? And as always, like and subscribe. Thank you.